Hi everyone! Welcome again sa aking channel. For this video ay ituturo ko pa rin sa inyo yung continuation ng Chapter 1 which is all about the conic sections. This time, we are now on the last conic section which is the hyperbola. Under the lesson of hyperbola, we have the following topics. The definition of hyperbola, the parts of the hyperbola, the orientations of hyperbola, and the standard equation of the hyperbola. We're going to define hyperbola as a conic section and analytically. And then pag dinefine natin siya analytically, mababanggit na dyan yung kanyang parts and orientations which are very important to determine the standard equation of hyperbola. Let's start with the definition of hyperbola. As a conic section, hyperbola is formed when a cone is cut by a plane vertically. Ito ulit yung ating illustration ng cone and the cutting plane. Ang ating cutting plane ay naka-vertical, kaya dalawang cone ang tinamaan niya na nag-produce ng dalawang intersection na curve. Ang tawag natin dyan is hyperbola. Now, let's define hyperbola analytically. Analytically, a hyperbola is the set of all points P such that the difference of distances of point P from two specified points, F1 and F2, is constant. F1 and F2 are called foci of the hyperbola. Dalawang focus, kaya ito ay focus number 1 and focus number 2. For instance, meron tayong set of points here na nag-form ng dalawang curve. Then sa loob ng curve, meron tayong specified points F1 and F2, that is foci. And then itong mga points natin, meron siyang property na ganito. Halimbawa, meron tayong point number 1 here. Yung distance niya papuntang focus number 1, halimbawa is 9.6 units. And then yung distance niya papuntang focus number 2, halimbawa is 3.6 units. Kapag kinuha natin yung kanilang difference, the answer is 6 units. Halimbawa, meron pa tayong isang point here, point number 2. Yung distance niya papuntang focus number 1, halimbawa is 4 units. Then yung distance niya papuntang focus number 2, for example, is 10 units. Kapag kinuha ulit natin yung kanilang difference, the answer is 6 units. That is also the same with the other points on the curve. Halimbawa, meron pa tayong third point here, point number 3. Yung distance niya papuntang focus number 1, halimbawa is 11 units. And then yung distance niya papuntang focus number 2 is 5 units. Kapag kinuha ulit natin yung kanilang difference, the answer is 6 units. Ito yung binabanggit nating property that the difference of distances of the point from two specified points, focus number 1 and focus number 2, is constant. For this illustration, ang constant difference is 6 units. This set of points na nag-form ng dalawang curve at may ganung property ay tinatawag nating hyperbola. After knowing the definition of hyperbola, let's proceed to its parts aside from the foci. Let's start with the center. Center is the point in the middle of the hyperbola. Its coordinates is h, k. Halimbawa, ito yung ating hyperbola. Yung gitnang point niya is the center. Dito natin makikita yung value ng ating h at k. The next part is what we call transverse axis. It is also known as the principal axis. It is the line passing through the center, vertices, and foci. Ito yung ating center. Then sa left and right niya, meron tayong vertices, vertex 1 and vertex 2. And then meron din tayong foci, focus number 1 and focus number 2. They are all aligned sa horizontal line na tinatawag nating transverse axis. Pero, with respect to the length ng transverse axis, Ang kinukuha lang nating length ay yung distance from vertex 1 to vertex 2 because the endpoints of the transverse axis are the vertices. Also, ang distance ng center papuntang vertex, so that is center to vertex 1 or center to vertex 2, it is denoted as A units. Therefore, the length of the transverse axis is 2A, that is from vertex 1 to vertex 2. The next part is what we call the conjugate axis. It is also known as the minor axis. It is the line perpendicular to transverse axis and passing through the center. Kung ang ating transverse axis is horizontal, magiging vertical yung ating conjugate axis. And then, the length of conjugate axis is equivalent to 2b because the distance of center to the endpoint of conjugate axis is denoted by b. Halimbawa, meron tayong dalawang points here. Sila yung endpoints ng conjugate axis. Yung distance ng center papuntang endpoint is denoted by b. The next part is, of course, the foci. The foci are the 2 points along with vertices and center. We all know kung saan nakalocate ang ating foci. It is located C units from the center. Ibig sabihin, ang distance from center to focus is denoted by C. So that is center to focus number 1 or center to focus number 2. The last part of hyperbola is what we call the asymptotes. Hyperbola also has 2 asymptotes. These are the diagonal lines passing through the center where the 2 branches of the hyperbola approaches but never intersect. Ito yung ating branches, yung dalawang curve natin, yan yung branches of the hyperbola. Asymptotic yan sa dalawang diagonal asymptotes. Itong asymptotes natin is nakaka-cross passing through the center. Let's summarize the parts of hyperbola. We have the center. We have the vertices, vertex number 1 and vertex number 2. We have the foci, focus number 1 and focus number 2. We have the transverse axis. We have the conjugate axis together with the endpoints. We also have the distances of center to vertex, to focus, and to the endpoints of conjugate axis. Center to vertex is denoted by A. Center to endpoint of conjugate axis is denoted by B. And center to focus is denoted by C. And then last, we have the 2 diagonal asymptotes. After knowing the parts of the hyperbola, let's proceed to the orientation and standard equation of hyperbola. Katulad ng ellipse, dalawa din ang orientation ng hyperbola. Ito ay horizontal or vertical. Let's start with the horizontal hyperbola. Kapag ang hyperbola natin ay horizontal, ang ating vertices and foci ay nasa left and right ng center. Ang endpoints naman ng conjugate axis ay nasa taas at nasa baba ng center. Ang standard equation ng horizontal hyperbola is like this. The quantity of x minus h squared all over a squared minus the quantity of y minus k squared all over b squared is equal to 1. Kung mapapansin natin, parang pares lang siya sa ellipse, pero ang pinagkaiba nila is yung operation. Sa ellipse, ang operation natin ay addition. Sa hyperbola, ang operation natin is subtraction. Also take note that a squared is always on the first fraction. So, laging nandito ang a squared at laging nandito ang b squared. Because it may be possible that a squared is greater than b squared. Pwede rin a squared is less than b squared or pwedeng equal sila ng values. Also take note na ang ating x squared ay positive, kaya siya nasa unahan bago mag y squared. Let's proceed to vertical hyperbola. Kapag ang hyperbola naman natin ay vertical, ang ating mga vertices at foci ay nasa taas at nasa baba ng center. Ang endpoints naman ng conjugate axis ay nasa left and right ng center. Pagdating sa kanyang standard equation, ito ay the quantity of y minus k squared all over a squared minus the quantity of x minus h squared all over b squared is equal to 1. So mapapansin natin na yung a squared ay nasa first fraction pa rin at yung b squared ay nasa second fraction. Ang nagkaiba lang is nagpalit ng pwesto yung x variables at y variables. Ibig sabihin, positive na ngayon ang y squared at nasa unahan siya bago mag x squared. Also take note na ganun pa rin yung property ng a squared at b squared. Ang a squared pwedeng greater than, pwedeng less than, or pwedeng equal sa b squared. After knowing the orientation and standard equation of hyperbola, let's try this. Identify the orientation of the following hyperbola. Number 1, y squared over 49 minus x squared over 24 is equal to 1. The orientation of this hyperbola is vertical because y squared is positive. Next, number 2, x squared over 4 minus y squared over 25 is equal to 1. The orientation of this hyperbola is horizontal because x squared is positive. Number 3, we have the quantity of x minus 3 squared all over 25 minus the quantity of y minus 1 squared all over 16 is equal to 1. The orientation of this hyperbola is also horizontal because x squared is positive. Last, we have the quantity of y plus 3 squared all over 36 minus the quantity of x plus 2 squared all over 100 is equal to 1. The orientation of this hyperbola is vertical because y squared is positive.